morning, family. This is Ricky, and welcome to Hope for Today. Happy Friday, fam, and God bless you. I pray and I hope that this weekend will find respite for you, recreation for you, and restoration for you. That is 3 R's. I thank you very much. I'm praying that you're going to have a joyous and wonderful weekend. Get out, man. Get out, lady. Have some fun if you can. Take some time off if you can. Dig deep roots if you can with family and with friends this weekend. I want to talk to you about what it means to be reminded that the gospel often calls us to do the opposite of what the world expects us to do. And to be reminded that ours is a faith tradition that does not fit with the world, and that's okay. And that's what it means to be like Jesus. I want to take you to Matthew 26, verse 64. Jesus is amidst the passion of the Christ. He is being run through a string of unfair trials, and here he is before the high priest and the Jewish council, and they are just kind of ridiculing him. And they say in verse 63, the high priest says, "I adjure you by the living God, tell us if you're the Christ, the Son of God." And verse 64 says this: Jesus said to him, "You have said so, but I tell you, from now on, you will see the Son of Man seated at the right hand of power and coming on the clouds of heaven." Then, of course, you know what happens next. The high priest, they rent their garments, they ridicule and they mock Jesus, and they take him onto the cross. Now, my point is this. Jesus is the Son of God, but refused to act like it in this moment, other than having an otherworldly level of humility. And Jesus is essentially saying, I am what you accuse me of being. I am the Son of God. I have all power. I could call all angels from heaven to vaporize you in a matter of seconds. Yet I'm going to humbly take the path of death and anguish for a much greater purpose, the likes of which you could not understand. This is one of the most audacious moments in literary history, that the God-man and the creator of the whole universe would allow his own creation to subject him to torture. And my point is this: Jesus went the opposite way that the world expected, and it's because he went the opposite way that the world can actually go the right way for those who put their trust and faith in Jesus. Here's the point. Let me come to your neighborhood. Where is God dealing with you about doing the opposite thing? Doing the exact opposite what the world expects you to do, so that those people and you yourself may have a chance of actually moving forward in the right direction under God's providence. There's some of you whereby you've been wronged and you've been treated unjustly, and the world is expecting you to pay recompense and to show vengeance. But Jesus is saying, will you do what I did and go the opposite way and show forgiveness and grace and love? There are some of you who have an opportunity to do something bodacious and big. There's money involved, and there's a platform involved, and there's exposure that can be yours. And although there's nothing wrong with that in and of itself, God is saying, I actually want you to do the opposite thing and take the lower road. That may even mean less money and less exposure and less influence. But trust me, that's where I want you to be. Could that be you? I'm noticing here that Jesus could have been, rightly, powerful and influential and all those sorts of things. But because he took the low road, you and I walk a high road called salvation. And I would like you and me to prayerfully consider where those low roads are, that the world would say you are crazy for taking that road, but it may just mean the way for redemption and hope and renewal for you and for those around you, the opposite way. My dad, when we were young boys, I don't think we were 10, 11 yet. And I remember him giving us a book, and he pointed us to the famed poet, Robert Frost. You guys know this. And of course, it's the two roads diverged in a wood, in the famous line, and I took the one less traveled by. And that has made all the difference. And in his own way, the old man was saying, I want you to be men of God. I want you to be different. I want you to take the roads less traveled by, and know this: for the world, it will make all the difference. Have a good weekend, but look for ways to take the roads less traveled by. More often than not, those roads less traveled are the ones God calls his people to run on. Have a good day. And that's hope for today. I'll see you next time.